Eyes are on that crucial briefing by the Drug Controller General of India. It is expected that the announcement on vaccines will be made. Let's cut across.
Dr. P.G. Somani, डायरेक्टर एक ड्रग्स कंट्रोलर जनरल ऑफ इंडिया एक स्टेटमेंट देंगे वैक्सीन के बारे में, तो मैं अनुरोध करूंगा कि अपना स्टेटमेंट देंगे.
Good morning. The Subject Expert Committee of Central Drug Standard Control Organization met on 1st and 2nd January 2021 and made recommendations in respect of proposal for restricted emergency approval of COVID-19 virus vaccine of Serum Institute of India and Messrs. Bharat Biotech, as well as Phase 3 clinical trial of Messrs. Cadila Healthcare Limited. The Subject Expert Committee consists of domain knowledge experts from the field of pulmonology, immunology, microbiology, pharmacology, pediatrics, internal medicine, etc. Messrs. Serum Institute of India, Pune has presented a recombinant chimpanzee adenovirus vector Covishield encoding the SARS-CoV-2 spike S glycoprotein with technology transfer from AstraZeneca, Oxford University. The firm submitted safety, immunogenicity and efficacy data generated on 23,745 participants aged more than or equal to 18 years or older from overseas clinical studies. The overall vaccine efficacy was found to be 70.42%. Further, Messrs. Serum was granted permission to conduct Phase 2/Phase 3 clinical trial on 1,600 participants within the country. The firm also submitted the interim safety and immunogenicity data generated from this trial, and the data was found comparable with the data from overseas clinical studies. After detailed deliberations, Subject Expert Committee has recommended for the grant of permission for restricted use in emergency situation subject to certain regulatory conditions. The clinical trial ongoing within the country by the firm will continue. Messrs. Bharat Biotech has developed a whole virion inactivated coronavirus vaccine named Covaxin in collaboration with ICMR and National Institute of Virology, Pune, from where they received the virus seed strains. This vaccine is developed on ViroCell platform, which has well-established track record of safety and efficacy in the country and globally. The firm has generated safety and immunogenicity data in various animal species, such as mice, rats, rabbits, Syrian hamster, and also conducted challenge studies on non-human primates, rhesus macaques, and hamsters. All this data has been shared by the firm with CDSCO. Phase 1 and Phase 2 clinical trials were conducted in approximately 800 subjects, and results have demonstrated that the vaccine is safe and provides a robust immune response. The Phase 3 efficacy trial was initiated in India in 25,800 volunteers, and till date, approximately 22,500 participants have been vaccinated across the country, and the vaccine has been found to be safe as per the data available till date. The Subject Expert Committee has reviewed the data on safety and immunogenicity of the vaccine and recommended for grant of permission for restricted use in emergency situation in public interest as an abundant precaution in clinical trial mode. to have more options for vaccinations, especially in case of infection by mutant strain. The clinical trial ongoing within the country by the firm will continue. The Cadila Healthcare Limited has developed a novel coronavirus 2019 N Covaxin using DNA platform. The firm initiated phase 1/phase 2 clinical trial in India in more than 1,000 participants, which is ongoing. The interim data suggest that the vaccine is safe and immunogenic with 3 doses when administered intradermally. Accordingly, firm has sought permission to conduct further phase 3 clinical trial in 26,000 Indian participants, which has been recommended by subject expert committee. Messrs. Serum and Messrs. Bharat Biotech vaccines have to be administered in 2 doses. All the 3 vaccines have to be stored at 2 to 8 degrees centigrade. After adequate examination, the CDSCO has decided to accept the recommendations of the expert committee, and accordingly, vaccines of Messrs. Serum and Bharat Biotech are being approved for restricted use in emergency situation, and permission is being granted to Messrs. Cadila Healthcare for conduct of phase 3 clinical trial in India. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Friends, please just listen. This statement is being circulated to you. It is also getting uploaded on the PIB website. So please use it. Thank you very much. Statement is over. We can give you the separately. अभी तक ready नहीं है हम पे statement जो है हिंदी में. Please use it and we will provide you Hindi statement also.
All right, so that's the big announcement that's coming in from the drug regulator there, giving the nod to Serum and Bharat Biotech vaccine for restricted emergency use. So finally, the vaccines have been approved, and that's the big story. The drug regulator there saying Serum and Bharat Biotech vaccine needs to be given in 2 doses. The drug authority has accepted the recommendation of the expert committee. And so finally, the wait for vaccine is over. Covaxin cleared, and this is in the 3rd phase trial, as we are being told. So the latest is that the drug authority has accepted the recommendation of the expert committee. Bharat Biotech and Serum Institute vaccines have been approved for restricted emergency use. So that was the big briefing that we were all hoping would bring in some relief for the people in India. So the developing news and the big development is that the drug regulator has approved COVID vaccine in India after accepting the recommendations of the expert committee. Serum Institute vaccine and the Bharat Biotech vaccine have been approved in India for restricted emergency use. Remember, yesterday a very crucial meeting took place of the select expert committee that reviewed the data presented by the pharma candidates for their COVID vaccine, and Serum Institute, which is developing the vaccine in collaboration with Oxford AstraZeneca and Bharat Biotech. These 2 vaccines have been approved in India. The drug regulator clarifying that both these vaccines have to be administered in 2 doses, and the recommendations have been accepted. So the crucial bit is that these vaccines have to be administered in 2 doses. All right, for more on this, I'm joined by Dr. Rakesh Mishra on the broadcast. Dr. Mishra, thank you for joining us on the broadcast. Your initial thoughts, finally, the wait for vaccine is over. 2 candidates, their data has been reviewed and the vaccine has been approved. Your thoughts, sir?
So it's very exciting and long awaited, although in recent days expectations were very high, and so it has come finally. So it's very, very crucial moment, most probably the key turning point for managing and defeating this pandemic. These are very important tools for this fight. People can now get equipped with this additional resource, which is the real vaccines. And more important is that both of the vaccines are available. Logistics are simpler, so ordinary fridge can be used or ice can be used for transport, and they will be cost-wise much more affordable compared to mRNA vaccine. So many things are internally made, so all the factors are in favor. We have a strong vaccination program, so everything is now falling in place. But having said that, we must know that the effect of vaccine will be seen only after several months. Vaccination will begin now. It will take 1 month, 1.5 months to vaccinate a person with 2 doses, and the effect of the vaccine will be seen a couple of weeks after that. So next several months, we have to keep the mask and physical distancing discipline very, very strictly. Then only we'll get the full benefit of vaccine.
Right, Dr. Mishra, I'm still processing this information. Remember, it's been a very difficult year last year for everyone. A lot of people lost their lives, people lost their work, lost their livelihood. It was a year with anxiety, mental health issues, and the entire world basically stopped because of this pandemic. And especially in India,
Right.
we've seen that it was a very difficult time, and today it is a big relief for everyone. These 2 vaccines have been approved, but there's also some concern that's being raised by independent bodies of NGOs as far as the Bharat Biotech vaccine is concerned, because they are saying that the trials are still underway. The result of phase 3 trials is not out. What is your response to that?
See, I trust the regulatory system, and they have taken their time. The result may not be out, but I'm sure Bharat Biotech has given a reasonable amount of data for the experts committee and the regulatory body so that they can take the decision. Please remember that these are all emergency use approvals. They come with certain conditions. Constantly data will be generated, and once the phase 3 is complete, phase 4, which is a large-scale vaccination, also is a kind of trial, and we will learn more about these vaccines. The same applies for all the 3 vaccines or 4 vaccines that are being approved everywhere in the world, because they all have done only phase 2 to some degree. So, and the key thing the regulator sees is that the vaccine is safe, and there is an immune response to that. And I think they have taken due care for that. Bharat Biotech is an established vaccine company. They have earlier success stories, and they are in this business for some time, so they know what they are making. And I think we should give them the scope to come and join and help this. India needs it this time. And please remember that any vaccine, mRNA vaccine or Covishield or anything, we do not know how long these are going to be protective. None of them have any evidence that beyond 6 months or 8 months they will be protecting. So I think we should not single out Bharat Biotech. I would consider that regulatory body has taken decision based on information and data, and I don't see any other reason. They could have simply delayed by another month or a week or 2 or something, and that's why it was even they were asked to come back with the more and more data a couple of times. So I think there is no reason really to doubt the system at this moment.
Right.
All these are emergency use vaccine, and they will get more substantiated when more and more patient data comes. It's very important to follow up the vaccination program, see the reactions, see the benefits, and the stability. I mean the robustness of the vaccine and the duration to which they will
Right.
provide the protection.
So